It's 8:10 on AM Tampa Bay, and one of our favorite folks is on board here this morning, and that would be Michael Francis, the Florida Orchestra music director, in here with all the cameras and lights, and this place is really lit up pretty well. Amazing.
Well, it's a very glamorous studio you all have, of course.
Oh, yeah.
It's got that beautiful grey that everyone just loves to see. It's
very snappy color of gray, I might add, too.
How are you both?
Good. How have you been?
I've been wonderful. Thanks very much. We've been rather busy with the orchestra, but I'm going off to Europe next week, so for a few weeks, and it will feel like relaxation because we tend to do so much when we're here in Tampa Bay.
Well, you got to cover Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater, and a few other places along the way.
That's right, and we've had a very, very busy month. We've also been around Florida. We've been up to Gainesville, Avon Park. We've been doing free concerts for children in hospitals. We did a Pops concert at Sebring Park International Raceway.
Oh, yeah, where the races are.
That's right, and I have to say that was a rather fun event for me because they drove me to the stage in a Porsche 911 GT3.
Wow.
I did ask if I could drive myself, but I'm not sure. And I obviously would have tried to do a donut. But I'm not sure I would have succeeded. But it was great fun. So that was a really enjoyable experience. So yeah, we've had an awful lot going on, and this is another typical Florida week. We've got coffee concerts, pop concerts, and a happy hour concert.
Wow.
One of the things really unique is the happy hour concert kind of thing. Explain that.
Yeah, so this is a new series we've started this year. We're trying to sort of encourage people after work to come and enjoy a very, very relaxed concert, much more informal than usual. So the doors will open at 5:30 tomorrow at Thursday, and then the concert starts at 6:30. It's a much more informal affair, so people can come along and they pay $35, but they get as much as you want to drink, and there's food, and so there's a really great chance to socialize. Then listen to wonderful music. People can come in and out of the concert and go back and forth to the bar, and then afterwards meet the musicians as well, which is really great. So I'll pop out and talk to all the patrons and musicians do. And this is my first one, but the two that we've already had have been tremendously successful.
Beautiful. Yeah, the Straz is a great facility for that. I mean, you got the bar areas outside and everything. You go right into the hall. And of course, I like being upstairs and looking right down into the orchestra. That's the most fantastic experience ever. But it's just as great being out in the audience anywhere there because you can see them, and might even want to bring the opera glasses so you can see them better. But,
yes, if anyone has any opera glasses, please do bring them. They're rather rare things nowadays. But it's just a lovely way for, I think also in today's day and age, just for people to come and meet young professionals and whoever, anyone would like to come to this concert. It's something we're very proud of, and the people who've been have been tremendously enthusiastic about it. So long may it continue.
What music are you going to play?
Good question. Thanks for asking. We're doing Rimsky-Korsakov's Scheherazade, and if you haven't heard this piece, it's one of the greatest pieces ever written. The story of 1001 Nights, the Arabian Nights. Scheherazade, she was married to the Sultan, and the Sultan kept marrying these women and killing them after their wedding night. And she kept the whole relationship going by telling him a story, but never telling the end. So he had to keep her alive for one more day. And after 1001 nights, eventually they said, okay, fine, I'll keep you. You've kept me interested. So it has the music of Sinbad the Sailor, the Prince and the Calendar Prince, Young Princesses, Festival in Baghdad, a tremendous a shipwreck at the very end of it, and bags of romance.
Oh, bags and bags of romance. I like that. Now, this weekend, you've got a big thing coming up here too, right?
Yes, they keep me very busy here. This is I do one Pops program a year, so this is my one this time, and it's based around the wonderful passion of opera. So we have some of the greatest hits in the opera repertoire, with Mozart, with Rossini, Donizetti, Bizet from the Carmen suite of all that wonderful music, some from Massenet, and Puccini, of course, some of the great arias from La Bohème. So, and we finish with Ride of the Valkyries. So if you love opera or you want to just come and hear the best bits of it in one go, do come along. Opera is so tremendous because it gives you the passion of the words, but also the music underneath. It just takes it to another level.
I think it would be a lot. I'm not crazy about opera, but I love some of the music you've just mentioned. I love to hear that when done like you guys do it with a full orchestra and everything.
Yes,
rather than somebody singing, basically.
Yeah, well, it gives us, I mean, we have a lot of the orchestral stuff, and also and we have two tremendously young, talented singers who are going to have incredibly big careers. And Madison Leonard, a soprano, and Jack Swanson, a young tenor. I mean, he's going to be singing O Sole Mio. So, I mean, it's all sorts of really fabulous things going on. There's one piece he sings which is called Our Mes Amis from The Daughter of the Regiment, and this has more high C's in it than any other aria. It's kind of like the most machismo thing you've ever heard for a tenor. Very impressive.
Well, the good thing is the Florida Orchestra comes to you because they play in Tampa, St. Pete, and Clearwater, and I believe your website is floridaorchestra.com. Is that right?
.org.
I'm sorry.
.org.
FloridaOrchestra.org, and you can find out the times, where they're going to be, how to get tickets, and all of that kind of stuff.
That's right.
But I love the happy hour thing. That's coming up tomorrow.
I knew you were going to love that happy hour thing. Just had that feeling.
And
it's
if you haven't,
just been great. People love it. It's been really fabulous.
Yeah, and if you haven't heard the orchestra before, that's a good way to get acquainted. That's a good way to start because the orchestra is spectacular, nothing short of spectacular. Where are you headed next now?
So I head off to Europe. I have concerts in Leipzig, Dresden, in Finland, and then spend a little bit of time in the UK with my mother, who unfortunately, she just got shingles, so she's not feeling very
that's
well.
terrible.
Yeah, poor woman. So,
Well, it's
apart from
great that you can spend a little time with her.
Well, actually, I'll avoid it. I don't want to get shingles. That sounds nasty. Forget that. I'll send her a postcard from my brother's flat.
I hope you're doing
Michael
well,
Francis, the Florida Orchestra music director right here, getting ready to go over and try to improve his English speaking at some point. Thanks for being in here this morning.
Thank you,
Pleasure,
Michael.
Jack.
And I want
Thanks,
to
Ted.
thank all the camera people and lighting people and everybody else that's in here right now.